Today we're talking about one very controversial but also very loved fish in the aquarium hobby. Let's talk about that. Welcome to another episode of Ocean State Aquatics TV with me, Salty Alley, here at our Wakefield location, and today we're doing a little species profile on a really cool fish, but also somewhat controversial in the aquarium hobby. Today we're talking about the parrotfish. So parrotfish are actually a really neat fish. They have a great personality, they're funky looking, and they're just really hardy, cool fish to have. The only downside is that they're a hybrid fish, which means they're man-made in the aquarium hobby in around 1987 in Taiwan. It's believed that their parent fish are a Midas and a Vieja cichlid, but they have also been hybridized with some other fish as well. We've also seen them hybridized with Texas cichlids and even red devil cichlids as well, so they can be made with a few different combinations, but the main two parent fish are the Midas cichlid and the Vieja cichlid, but it's really not confirmed on how they originally started. The cool thing about these fish is they're extremely hardy, as I said before. They're also very versatile too. They can really live with quite a range of fish. They're definitely not a community fish, but they could definitely live with larger, a little less aggressive South American cichlids, but they can also live with African cichlids as well, because they kind of match that personality and that aggression where they can hold their own in an African cichlid tank. But they're also not too aggressive that they could go also with other South American cichlids as well. Another pro of this species is that they can handle a wide range of water parameters. They can handle a wide range of pH, all the way down from 6.5 up to 7.5. And they also can handle quite a range of temperature as well. They can handle all the way down to 75, all the way up to 82, and they tend to thrive and do really well. So you may be wondering, why is this fish controversial? So the reason for that is because some people don't agree with them being man-made, because they are a hybridization of two fish that normally wouldn't breed in the wild. And you are getting a fish that does have deformities. So what this means is that they can be more prone to disease and other issues. The good news is we don't see these problems very often in the hobby, but I will kind of go over what problems you can have with these fish. So because of their shortened body stature, they are prone to swim bladder disease because their swim bladder may be deformed in some way that may cause issues down the road, which we have seen personally at our Seekonk location with Mama Parrot. If you guys were familiar with going in there, you may have met her. She was a big parrotfish that a customer had dropped off, and she unfortunately did have swim bladder issues as a baby, but they did recover, but she did always have permanent damage to her swim bladder. So sometimes you'd find her doing flips, but she lived a really happy life, and unfortunately she did pass away recently, but she was still a really great fish and she lived a good life otherwise. Another deformity that they have is that their mouth is shaped a little strange, so they can't actually close their mouth. So that's actually where they get the name parrotfish. If you get a good look at it, it almost looks like a beak. It opens this way more than this way like other fish. So that's kind of how they get their name. But because of that, they can't close the mouth all the way. So this is one small little deformity. Doesn't usually cause any issues in the fish because they actually even have teeth lower in the back of their throat that allows them to crunch up pellets and whatnot. So they can still eat totally fine. Despite those couple deformities, they really are very hardy fish, and they tend to not have really any other issues besides those couple things I mentioned. Parrotfish can come in a wide variety of colors. They typically are found as the blood parrot, which is this nice orange, even to red color. And you can also find them with black patches on their body, which often change over time as they age. Sometimes they'll get more black, or sometimes they'll lose the black as they age. But it's just really neat. You kind of have multiple fish in one. You also can get ones with white spots as well, which is really neat. Sometimes you can get ones that are mostly white with just some orange. So they come in a lot of varieties. You can also find parrots in a bright yellow variety as well. When selecting a parrotfish, make sure you're looking for a nice healthy specimen who is swimming normally, is looking for food, and active and personable, because that's the fish you want. Because they are a hybridized man-made fish, they can be, like I said, prone to some deformities. So always just keep an eye out for a good, healthy looking specimen. And come on in, we've got so many of you here available at all 3 locations, and we've got some really nice ones here in store. Parrotfish aren't picky eaters. They'll eat pretty much anything. They'll thrive on a diet of a mixture of African cichlid food and South American cichlid food. They are considered a South American fish because they are a hybrid of 2 South American cichlids. So you do want to make sure you're offering some type of South American cichlid food as well into their diet. A really awesome food to also offer them is a food high in astaxanthin, and the reason for this is to get that bright red blood parrot color. There's a few different foods we offer here. We offer the Hikari blood parrot food, which has a high level of astaxanthin in it, specifically designed for parrotfish. We also offer an OSA color unlimited pellet that would be a fantastic option because it has high levels of natural color enhancing astaxanthin ingredients that would absolutely make them pop. And it's also a great food to offer to your African cichlids as well, or other South American cichlids, or whatever you got that you want to really bring out that bright red color. It's a fantastic food option as well. So parrotfish are a larger species, so they do require at least a 50-gallon aquarium for one. They get about 7 to 8 inches full grown, so ideally bigger is better. If you end up getting multiple parrotfish, it's super common to end up getting males and females, and they will pair up in your aquarium and often lay eggs. But because they're a hybrid fish, think of it as a mule. They are infertile, so typically you'll never get babies out of them. But in very rare instances, sometimes you will get a fertile male and you'll get babies, but it's very uncommon. As a fun fact, if you do keep them with other fish, say like a Texas cichlid, like I have here, if that Texas is the male, you'll often get babies because it's always the male that's infertile. The females will still always lay eggs. And if you get that, then you will definitely get babies. With proper care and a proper sized aquarium, these guys can live 10 to 15 years in captivity, making them a long-term friend for you and your aquarium. Alright guys, thank you so much for watching another episode of Ocean State Aquatics TV with me, Salty Alley. And if you guys have any questions, or if you want to just come check out a parrot and get one for yourself, come on into any of our 3 locations and come check them out. Thank you so much, and you know what to do. Keep it fresh, baby.